This is Cinematire Short Rants, where I talk about a specific costume thing that bugged me about a movie or series. The Witcher. A cultural phenomenon, a story steeped in deep lore, equal opportunity objectification. I'm not criticizing the show as a whole, the story, the actors, none of that. This is very specifically about the costuming. My biggest issue with The Witcher is the costumes are just sort of all over the place in terms of fantasy world building. There doesn't really appear to be any specific culture, with the exception of the Dryads that take in Ciri in Season 1. All the characters are just kind of their own thing and don't seem connected in any meaningful way. The extras all look like Renaissance Festival extras or like they rated theater rentals. The costumes themselves are for the most part well constructed, but they should be more than just that. The mages seem to dress outside of time. I hope that's what they were going for because that's how it presents. Each of them dress in a way that doesn't speak to the area or the era. The headmistress looks like, I don't know, kind of our world in the 1880s, and not one single other person dresses like her. Same with all the other female magic users. Yennefer's a fashionable goth and her style is almost there. She has several great looks that I genuinely like. If we're going for out of time, she looks out of time.
I can't hold it! Hurry!
Mr. Anderson, welcome back.
She stands out. But there are some instances where the bad quality of the garment or the nonsensical nature of the design take me completely out of the scene. The one garment that made me want to make this video is this. This jacket. This right here. If you're going to use a patterned fabric, you really have to take the few extra minutes to match the pattern. It's even easier in this instance where it's a laser cut fabric. You can see right through it. That helps with the pattern matching. It genuinely looks like they didn't even try, and that's what made me pay even closer attention to it going forward. Her post-bath sleeveless robe thing looks very right now, very our world. It's pretty, but it looks like an afterthought of design compared to what other things they put her in. Like, she took a bath and we need to cover her. Better grab something, I guess. There's a dress in Season 2, Episode 5, where she's wearing a sparkly off-the-shoulder look and it just sort of screams daytime Emmy red carpet. It's nice looking, sure, but it's very our world, very right now, very modern. And it takes me out of the scene because it looks completely unlike anything else anyone's wearing. And so I don't come off as a completely contrarian monster. Here are a couple of looks I genuinely like. They seem cohesive to a capsule collection of a person with her tastes. The cagey nature of the strips of black and the lace, the structured silhouettes, and like I said before, straight up fashion goth. She's spooky and elegant. The dress she wears during the passive, casual, apathetic orgy she's throwing is gorgeous. The ribbon chevron design down the front is lovely. It's structured and beautifully tailored. I wish another stabilizing strip had been added to the partial hoops on the side, but if that's the only issue, I'll allow it. That mask is absolutely from the Halloween section of Joann Fabrics, though. The fur coat is so soft looking. It looks warm. Like, I feel snuggly just looking at it. No notes. But what she's wearing underneath is blocked by the dark lighting and fog, and I guess the point of the look is the coat, but it would have been nice to see the look underneath, especially because there's an entire scene where she has her coat off. You can't see it. It's during the day. It's just so dark and foggy you can't see what it is she's wearing. Now let's talk about the unfinished macrame elephant in the room. The Season 1 finale dress. First, it doesn't adhere to her color scheme, which I absolutely made sure to look up because it seemed like she was wearing a lot of similar things and I wondered if that played a part in the books and the games, and it looks like her color scheme is black and white and gray. This is various shades of blue. It's chunky and strange. It looks like they had a specific vision but not enough time or ability to flesh it out. It's nonsensical for a final battle. The ropes on the arms look floppy and unfilled. I genuinely don't know why this dress was included. It doesn't resemble anything else she wears, and it weirdly overwhelms her. It adds nothing. The costumes in Season 2 as a whole are significantly better than Season 1. Oh my god, they got rid of that nutsack armor. But I'm not really seeing cohesive design or a sense of culture. Yennefer wears the macrame dress for the first 3 episodes and everything else is unremarkable. There's one dress she does change into that feels of the time, it feels of the era, and it's decadent, it's beautiful, and it still feels like her. It's black with beautiful embroidery on it, and it looks expensive, it looks sumptuous, like her best looks in season 1. But that's really the only kind of remarkable costume change she has the entirety of season 2. At one point she wears like a fuchsia purple cloak, which seems really out of place, especially because she's in hiding. But I digress. And don't get me started on the fact that Triss kind of started out Moroccan-inspired looking in the first season, and now she sort of looks like Disney's Maid Marian. It's a weird transition to just kind of shift style-wise fully in season 2. Whatever, anyway. I know The Witcher is a popular franchise, and I'm not critiquing the story or production as a whole. Media that is adapted needs to be accessible to a broader audience, and if people watching have to look something up to understand, a ball's been dropped. I really hope the costumes continue to improve, because so far it's my least favorite part. Yasky, singing a breakup song though? Love it.
After everything we did, we saw. You turned your back on me. What for do you?
What are your favorite and or least favorite costumes in The Witcher? If you could change the look of one character in the show, who would it be, what would you do, and why? Thank you for checking out this new shorter video format. Let me know how you like it. Thank you to my patrons for being amazing. I appreciate you. Until next time, be fancy and be adventurous.